We are back from recess. I keep getting these visual swings in my head.
Okay, now you're good.
Okay. Roxanne, please.
All right, thank you so very much. I am here today. I do want to pass some information out to you. We are now preparing to apply for our community development block grant for fiscal year 2015. We are currently still working on 2013 and 2014. So this will give us an opportunity to submit some projects to continue our projects and get some more resources, additional resources in. Which one? Pass it back. Thank you. Get some additional resources into the county from the federal government. I'll just give you a little brief update about community development for those of you who are not familiar with it, and then let you know the process that we're going to follow so that you can submit projects to us, and then we can in turn submit the projects to request funding for the projects for the county. It's offered through the Ohio Development Services Office of Community Development, and this is HUD funding. So HUD gives them money to give to counties and states and cities. It benefits, basically, it is focused on benefiting the low and moderate income persons. So we can do an area benefit if there's something that needs to be done in an area where the majority of the area, at least 51% of the households, are defined by a chart that we're given as low and moderate income families, and that falls below the 80% of the area median income, then we can utilize that project. We also have categories such as limited clientele, which specializes the types of projects that are eligible under limited clientele, and then of course we can utilize the money for housing rehab and housing programs. There's another category as well. It's called job creation and retention, which I know we're also very interested in. But if we utilize it for job creation and retention, then the applicants who apply for those jobs, it has to be at least 51% of the jobs have to go to applicants who are low and moderate income. Okay, that's the qualifier. And then of course the overall goal, of course, of community development block grant funds is for the elimination of slum and blight. Okay. Now, we offer some current programs now, as I've mentioned. We still have some projects under fiscal year 13 and then fiscal year 14 that we're working on, and we're going to finish up those projects fairly soon, I hope, so that we can now get started on fiscal year 2015. And then we also offer the CHIP program, which is our housing program. That's with community development block grant funds. We also have economic development and public infrastructure programs under discretionary grant programs. We offer training, technical assistance. So there are a number of projects that can fall under this category. Now, the state did not give us an amount that we're eligible to apply for. It's based on your population, and it's based on the number of low and moderate income families you have in the county. And that number has not been given to us, but just to give you kind of a ballpark of how much we might be able to apply for, last year's amount was about $114,000 for Seneca County. Okay. And we will be responsible, Seneca County will be responsible, regional planning will be responsible for any projects that come through Fostoria as well. So we get Tiffin projects and Fostoria projects. Tiffin gets their own allocation, but Fostoria will fall under us. So if they have projects, they will come through the regional planning office, and then we can certainly submit those. And our agreement is that we have to submit for the next 2 years projects through that are given from Fostoria, because they are not a designee. We are also eligible to apply for additional funding under special projects and special categories. One is neighborhood revitalization, and those are projects that are designated to improve the quality of life, livability, and functionality of distressed areas. We also have a downtown revitalization category, and those are projects that are designed to improve the central business districts. They'll aid in eliminating slum and blight or create and retain permanent private sector jobs, opportunities for low and moderate income households, and that can include money for streetscapes, facade improvements, and also address any code violations in the central business district. And then we have a critical infrastructure category. This is an additional opportunity for us to get additional funds That includes projects that are designed to assist eligible communities with a high priority single-purpose infrastructure improvements that will alleviate a failed and/or failing systems. Your infrastructure we're talking about. Okay. So the regional planning has a process where we have to communicate with the state, let them know what's going on. They've given us a process we need to follow. So last year, for those of you who are familiar with 14, we had what we call a community assessment strategy that we had to follow. They've changed it. This year it is going to be the community development implementation strategy, which means that we have to come up with a plan of how we notify the community, and they give us steps that we have to follow in order to comply with the requirements that they are asking us to follow. So I have to, review that very carefully and make sure that we do everything we need to do so that we don't get, eliminated by default. Applications, I am accepting applications. If you have projects that you want to submit, that you want to be considered, please send them to me. They're going to be due by April 30th of this year, 2015. And then I'll get a chance to review them, and then we'll prioritize them. And then we'll have our second public hearing where the commissioners will announce the projects that we've accepted. And we'll be submitting for the grant before the grant is due. And that grant is due June 26th by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Are there any questions?
Do you send notification out to the townships where if they want to apply for any of these CDBG?
Yes, I intend to do that. There was an announcement that was in the newspaper. We have to do that. That was in 10 days before this hearing. I am going to post this information on our website as well as our Facebook page. And I think it's probably a good idea to mail the information out to the township trustees so that they get the information and know they have an application.
In the villages.
In the villages.
In the villages.
Okay, I will send it to everyone that we need to send it to, just to make sure that they have this information and submit projects to us, because I know there's plenty of opportunity. We just need to get the applications in. We need to have someone with the wherewithal to pull them together, and I can assist with that if, the communities need some assistance. Just, contact me, let me know, and then we can make sure we get the information you need to be included in the project. The application that is going to be coming to me is going to be up on our web page. So if they just follow, the requirements of the application and what it says to submit and what to do, then it'll be a complete application.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions? Roxanne, thank you very much for the update.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we know what's next on the agenda here, and we have to wait until 11 for the next one.
The next scheduled is the AEPP resolution, I'm assuming.
That's me, yeah.
Do you have any landowners coming?
They weren't sure if they would make it today or not.
Okay, so it's not a big deal?
No, I can do it without them, they don't need to be here.
Okay, so that,
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so I'm here today from the Blackstock Conservancy. We're working right now with the state's agricultural easement purchase program, which purchases the development rights on farms that we apply. I brought a map to show you of which farms we'll be applying. The green ones are the ones this year. So we have 3 this year in Seneca County, all within a block that we've been forming over the past just over a decade. This program's been running.
Fill me in, this is the one that they, if they fill that application, they have to keep it as
Farmland.
Farmland
Yes.
forever.
Yes. Yes, this is that program. And it works that we apply for money from the state, they give us money, then we apply farms. The state will then approve if we can purchase the development rights in that farm or not, then we pay the landowner for the development rights.
It's the yellow area.
The yellow ones are ones we've already protected. Those are
Oh.
farms that have been through the program before. We've got quite a large amount just north of Tiffin.
Is there any public notification of this? I mean, do any landowners around them have an
Yeah.
opportunity to comment?
We send, this is brought up every year around January, and we send information out to everybody in the area that we can find contact information for and let them know about it. We'll talk to anybody who's interested, and they're invited to talk to us about the program at all.
Has there been ever any objection by surrounding landowners and?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been some who don't necessarily like the program, but they're not opposed to it being farmland. They're just not a fan of the state program.
Okay. So what action do we need to take here?
He has sent up a resolution acknowledging the agricultural easements for 2015. It looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parcels. Landowners commit to donate at least 25% of the agricultural easements value, and there will be no match money for the county.
She said there are 6 parcels, I see 5.
One of the
here.
farms has 4 parcels.
One of the
Okay.
farms
Yeah,
has
it's
4
owned
parcels.
by Stephen and Wendy Haw.
Yeah, and is the other one 2 parcels then?
One of them is just adjacent to the Haws. That's a Jim Adelsberg Trust property.
Okay.
It's to the diagonally northwest of it.
All these 4.
And then the other one's Bonnie Sanford, which is the one that's furthest north in green.
Okay. Okay. Any discussion? Okay, I'll accept the motion to approve this resolution.
So I make the motion, we approve it as outlined.
Okay, my second. Any additional discussion, roll call, I guess?
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller.
Yes.
And Commissioner Stacy is absent.
Okay, that was pretty much, huh?
Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Any other public comment before we finally adjourn? You have your instructions? Okay, we are adjourned.